तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्णं स्थापितं जन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलम् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सहगण रघुनाथानि तं सजीवम्
परिजना साहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण
सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखानाथम्
हे
हे
कृष्ण
करुणा सिंधु
दीनबन्धो
दीनबन्धु जगत्पते
गोपीश गोपिका कान्ता राधा
राधाकान्त
कान्ता
नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी
राधे
राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी
प्रणमामि
प्रणमामि हरे प्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुर्भ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
जय श्री
कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram
हरे राम
Hare Ram
राम
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 राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Shashwini, for nice, wonderful Mangalacharan. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for Sacinanda Karuna Prabhu, for your joining today. We are so grateful for your association in today in Srimad Bhagavatam reading. Today also very nice verse, the Kunti's prayer. So we are in Canto 1, Chapter 8 and text number 18. So Prabhu, now over to you. You can continue, please. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Path Prem Prabhu. Dandava pranams. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Mukam karoti vachalam pangolam gaite girim yat kripahatam ham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Have you already read the verse now? Is it?
No, Prabhu, no, not yet.
Sorry, Prabhu, I couldn't hear you.
No, Prabhu, we didn't read.
You already have read the verse now?
No, Prabhu, no. Just we read the,
okay.
just we recite the Mangalacharan. Yeah.
I see. Okay, then sure. I'll read the verse now. So it's 188, is it?
18, yeah.
18. Okay. Just find that. Yeah, okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So this evening we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 8, which is entitled the sorry, I'm just getting the chapter because I don't have a book in front of me. This is prayers by Queen Kunti and Parikshit saved. Yeah. So now text number 18. Kunti uvacha
Kunti Vacha.
namasya purusham tvadyam
Namashe Purusham Tvadyam.
Ishwaram prakrite param
Ishwaram Prakrite Param.
alaksham sarva bhutanam
Alakhyam Sarva Bhutanam.
antar bahir avistitam.
Antar Bahiryavasthitam.
Would you like to do repetition in the group, or shall I move to the word for word translation?
Anybody wants, Hare Krishna, anybody wants to repeat the verse again, please? If anyone, Shashin, can you do? Or any Peter Boli Prabhu? You
Hare
can
Krishna.
recite one time. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna to all the assembled devotees. Please
Okay,
accept
Hare.
the condolence. Kunti uvacha
Kunti Vacha.
namasye purusham tvadyam
Namasya Purusham Tvadyam.
isharam prakrite param
Ishwaram
Param
Prakrite
prakrite
Param.
param
alaksham sarva bhutanam
Alakhyam
alaksham
Sarva Bhutanam.
sarvabhutanam
antar bahir avasthitam.
Antar
antar
Bahir
bahar
Avasthitam.
avastam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Peter Moli Prabhu. Shashwani, can you please read one time so that we can repeat with you after you? Hare Krishna, Shashwani.
Maybe it's away from the screen.
Yeah, he maybe is from problems in Kenya internet.
That's okay. We can continue with synonyms.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Sure. Kunti uvacha.
Kunti Vacha.
Srimati Kunti said,
Srimati Kunti said,
Namasya,
Namashe.
let me bow down.
Let me bow down.
Purusham,
Purusham,
Supreme Person.
the Supreme Person.
Twa,
Twa,
you.
you.
Adam,
Adyam,
the original.
the original.
Isharam,
Ishwaram,
the controller.
the controller.
Prakrite,
Prakriti,
of the material cosmos.
of the material
cosmos.
Param,
Param,
beyond.
beyond.
Alaksham,
Alaksham,
the invisible.
the invisible.
Sarva,
Sarva,
all. Bhutanam,
Bhutanam,
of all living beings.
of living beings.
Antaha,
Antaha,
within.
within.
Bahi,
Bahi,
without.
without.
Avastitam,
Avasthitam,
existing.
existing.
So I'll read through the translation now. Srimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, yet you are invisible to all. In the purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srimati Kunti Devi was quite aware that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, although he was playing the part of her nephew. Such an enlightened lady could not commit a mistake by offering obeisances unto her nephew. Therefore, she addressed him as the original Purusha beyond the material cosmos. Although all living entities are also transcendental, they are neither original nor infallible. The living entities are apt to fall down under the clutches of material nature, but the Lord is never like that. In the Vedas, therefore, he is described as the chief among all living entities, Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitananam. Then again, he is addressed as Ishvara, or the controller. The living entities or the demigods, like Chandra and Surya, are also to some extent Ishvara, but none of them is the supreme Ishvara, or the ultimate controller. He is the Parameshvara, the super soul. He is both within and without. Although he was present before Srimati Kunti as her nephew, he was also within her and everyone else. In the Bhagavad Gita 15:15, the Lord says, I am situated in everyone's heart, and only due to me one remembers, forgets, and is cognizant, etc. Through all the Vedas I am to be known, because I am the compiler of the Vedas, and I am the teacher of the Vedanta. Queen Kunti affirms that the Lord, although both within and without all living beings, is still invisible. The Lord is, so to speak, a puzzle for the common man. Queen Kunti experienced personally that Lord Krishna was present before her, yet he entered within the womb of Uttara to save her embryo from the attack of Ashwatthama's Brahmastra. Kunti herself was puzzled about whether Sri Krishna is all-pervasive or localized. In fact, he is both, but he reserves the right of not being exposed to persons who are not surrendered souls. This checking curtain is called the Maya energy of the Supreme Lord, and it controls the limited vision of the rebellious soul. It is explained as follows. So this is the purport for the first canto 8 chapter 18 verse. It finishes there. So we'll discuss this verse today, and we'll take some questions and comments. Partha Prabhu, if you wish to share something more, I would be most grateful to hear from you as well. I'm just trying to repeat for my own purification what has been taught to us by Srila Prabhupada and his followers. And by no means have any qualification myself to understand this great science of Krishna consciousness. These prayers of Queen Kunti, they're very famous. These prayers, this is the first thing which Kunti Maharani is saying now. Namasya Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Antar Bahir Avashyitam. This is the first thing which Queen Kunti Maharani is declaring. She's declaring that this is the Supreme Person I am bowing to. And what is the setting here? This is now that Krishna will leave. He's going to leave now for his home in Dwarka. And before he leaves, Queen Kunti is thinking everything is nice in the kingdom now. Everything is peaceful. You know, Maharaj Yudhishthira, her son, has been established on the throne. And there will be no more troubles to them, because the whole life since very beginning has been nothing but troubles. Since the young princess, Queen Kunti, since her young age, she has been troubled up till now by different calamities. Of course, we all know. And she's praying that actually in this prayer, this series of prayers will come. She's praying that, please bring me only more calamities. Please bring me only more troubles, only more anxieties. Please only bring me more distress. She's praying like this. Who can pray like this? Who can go before Shri Shri Radha Shamsundar and say, please, my Lord, I only want more distress? Who can pray like this? Kunti Maharani, she can pray like this. How? How is it possible? Because the situation is such here that Krishna is about to depart. He's thinking everything is settled now, everything is peaceful now, and you have a kingdom, you have loyal citizens, you have good ruling capacity, you're very qualified. What need is there for me to be here? Krishna is thinking, I should go back now to my own kingdom. So in this context, Kunti Maharani is thinking that Krishna, every time you've been with us, you've saved us from so many calamities, and we've had your darshan, we've had your association personally. Those moments have been more joyful to me than if we were to live here in peace and quiet, in harmony, but without you, without seeing you once more again. And you'll be so far away in your kingdom of Dwarka, and we'll be here living peacefully. That causes me more pain. It causes me more pain to live here peacefully and in harmony in this kingdom as the rulers, the ruling family. That causes me more pain than the pain of all these troubles which we have been through. But you've been there for us. But you've been saving us every situation. And this will be described in the verses to come in detail, how Krishna saved the Pandavas through so many situations. So I will not go into that now. But actually it's notable here in this first verse, where Kunti Maharani begins speaking, just as Krishna is about to leave, that how she's establishing her relationship with Krishna as a servant, as Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Now, Krishna knows this. He knows he is the Supreme Lord. And Kunti Maharani, she knows that also Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But she's just acting. She's just acting in the role, in the rasa of the auntie of Krishna. Yeah. She is the brother of Vasudev, Krishna's father Vasudev. And Krishna's mother is, of course, Devaki. So Vasudev's sister is Queen Kunti. And she has appeared in this Leela for the purpose of being Krishna's auntie. Yeah. And she has her sons, the Pandavas. And she is establishing first that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In this particular verse. She's not thinking, I'm your auntie, because an auntie would not pay obeisances, would not give respect to the nephew. That's not ordinary. In fact, Krishna was coming to her to pay his obeisances, to Maharaj Yudhishthir, to Bhima, to embrace his brother Arjuna, his dear friend, and to accept respect from Nakul and Sahadev before he departs to Dwarka. But before that happens, actually, Kunti Maharani is in like a desperation. She wants Krishna to stay. She's forgetting, actually, that I'm your auntie. She's thinking, if Krishna goes and I don't see him again, then we will be in more anxiety, even in a peaceful situation. Better I offer my obeisances to him right now. So this is her mood of a servant. And she's saying that you are the supreme person. Purusham Adyeshwaram. So Krishna is like the king of all the kings. He's happy that Maharaj Yudhishthira has been established on the throne. Yudhishthira is none other than Dharmaraj. Yeah, he's a lord of religion. So Krishna is very happy that Yudhishthira Maharaj has been established on the throne. But he himself, Lord Krishna, is the king of kings. Actually today, a significant day, of course you may all know, is the funeral of the Queen of Great Britain. So today was the significant event in the whole of the UK, the whole United Kingdom. Everything is closed, is declared as a public holiday, because millions of people in this country, perhaps billions of people around the world also, millions of people around the world also, have been observing this day because this Queen Elizabeth II, who has been ruling here in this country, and also in so many places of the world through Commonwealth and so on, having influence throughout the world, has been ruling as representative. They gave this speech today in of the Queen, and it was very interesting what they said. The various religious leaders, the bishops, so on in the church today, in the cathedral. They were saying that the Queen, when she was coronated, when she was made the Queen so many years ago, first duty was, before the coronation, to declare that I'm the servant of God. She made a declaration that I give reverence to God first. This was her declaration before anyone gives reverence to me. This is how they do the inauguration ceremony for becoming king or queen of country. So this culture is still there. Actually, at least the formality of the culture is still there. The acceptance that this is the right, the path they accept. So she had to declare that I give reverence to God first, and then I accept a position of servant where I can accept reverence on behalf of God. Understand? So they were declaring this today. They were explaining that this is how the Queen started her ruling as the Queen of the monarch of the country. Or as we say in our Vedic tradition, we say Naradeva. Another name for the monarch, the king or queen, the monarch of the country, is Naradeva. Yeah, is a human who is taking the respectability of God. So this is the position that Krishna is very satisfied now, because Dharmaraj himself is accepting the position of Naradeva, of king. Although Krishna himself is the original king. Prabhupada talks about this very much in Prabhupada has lectured on this verse. Actually, it's interesting, 3 times on this one verse. Prabhupada has given a lot of emphasis on this particular verse, that Krishna is the supreme king. And so so therefore the government is supposed to be subservient to the monarch, and the monarch, the king or queen, is supposed to be subservient to Krishna. Yeah, and this is a very natural system of ruling. So now if government is supposed to be, we've spoken about the position of Krishna, the position of the monarch. So now the government is supposed to be subservient to the monarch. Then what is the purpose of the government? Government means they execute the orders of the king or queen, the monarch. Yeah. And what is the rule? What is the principle of the monarch? What is the order? if they are representing God, then their order would be, it should be, that everyone should become God conscious. This is the first principle of good government. Everyone should be God conscious. Just like in the government, they have to keep prison house. They have to keep a prison house so that the miscreant people, those who are misusing the law, not law abiding, those people can be corrected. They can be detained and corrected. Because nobody likes to be kept captive. Prabhupada explains there are different kind of prison cells. There's third class prison cell, very confined, very restricted, very uncomfortable, very austere. Then second class prison cell means that little more freedom is given. They can come out from time to time from the prison cell, and they can engage in some activities, some social activities with other second class prisoners. First class prison cell means all facilities are given. They have their television, they have their books, they have their library, they have their telephone calls. House arrest. It's like that. It's like they have almost like a home environment. But they cannot leave the prison still. They're behind the prison wardens still. So it's understood that prisoners, they progress, they will go from third class to second class to first class. Then by being corrected of their behavior, by showing good behavior, they will eventually leave the prison. They won't have to remain in there. Or some, if they're showing the good behavior in whichever class, then they can from there leave the prison. So this is how the government corrects the miscreant citizens. So in a similar way, Krishna doesn't want us to stay here in this material world, Durga, because this material world is also like a prison. So Krishna has a system for us. He appoints the government, and that the government should help us to become Krishna conscious. Not only to maintain prison in the state, but to see that all the citizens in the state, all the citizens are becoming God conscious and leaving this material world altogether, leaving behind this birth, death, disease, and old age, which is binding us in this world. So this is the real agenda for the government. How can we arrange all the facilities in this world so that people are progressing in their spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness? So this is the real agenda of the government. And how would the governments do this? So in the previous ages, there have been different dharmas by which the governments will facilitate people towards liberation. There's different dharmas, and we've heard this many times. Of course, in the Satya Yuga, through meditation, in the Dvapara Yuga, through the Yagya, fire sacrifice, through Treta Yuga, through the fire sacrifice, in the Dvapara Yuga, through opulent deity worship. So this is how in the previous days, the governments would liberate. They would see that people can be liberated. But this age is so bad. This age of Kali is so bad. The Yuga Dharma is very much up to the people to take it up. It's for the masses. In this age, the Yuga Dharma is Harinam Sankirtan. And in this age, Harinam Sankirtan means anyone can just take up this Dharma very easily. Government or no government. Government or no government arranging, it can be taken up. So we should not think that only if government makes me religious, then I will become Krishna conscious. No. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Kali Yuga has personally come, has personally come from the spiritual sky as avatar, as he's personally descended here on this planet Earth, and he's personally doing the yajna himself. Personally, God himself is doing the dharma to show us how to do the dharma. He is the original. He's originally established the dharma himself. Yada yada hi dharmasya. He personally came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to perform Nam Sankirtan himself. So, like this Yuga Dharma, they can come together. And Prabhupada, he elaborates that we don't require any facilities, actually. We don't require great opulence. We don't require great wisdom. We don't require great power. We don't require, any opulences. Easily, very easily. Prabhupada says even someone is sitting on the bus for 2 hours, traveling to office. Even that person can perform Nam Yagya. They can even perform Japa. They can perform the chanting of the holy name just sitting on the bus. Very melodiously, Prabhupada says. They can sit on the bus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada says very melodiously they can sit on the bus and chant Japa. Yeah, there is no expense in this yajna. It's so easy. So this is very easy for us, because even if the government doesn't give us this yajna to do, we can take it up ourselves. Because in this age, we cannot expect the government to be like the Ram Raj of the previous times. Like Dharma Raj, how he would rule, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, how he ruled. We may not expect that today. Instead, Prabhupada said that by this Nam Sankirtan, we will make a temple of Vedic planetarium. And we will bring the kings and queens, the prime ministers and the presidents. We will bring them to Mayapur Dham, and they will become free themselves from birth, death, disease, and old age by learning from the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. Prabhupada would say like that. Now, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium will teach these leaders actually how to really lead. They will teach them how to really set the agenda to help people go back to Godhead. First agenda for the government. So here Kunti Maharani, she's expressing that you are the supreme person. As Prabhupada puts in his lectures, that you are the supreme king. Adyamishwaram. Now, another point Kunti Maharani is making here is that you are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. So Krishna is someone whom we can really surrender to. We've been discussing this in the last few weeks. We've been discussing that Krishna, he's not affected by the modes of nature. So while our rulers in the world, we can see so many people, a great following for the rulers of the world today. But those rulers, good or bad as they may be, they have to leave that post at some time. Yes, just like we are seeing today, the Queen is having her funeral. And the people in this country, at least in the United Kingdom, and also all over the world, I've never seen a ruler who is, reigning for 70 years of her life. And she's being very much praised that she was so dutiful. And, she said that I will stay in my position. I will do my duty until my dying day. That was the vow which she made when she became the queen. and she reaffirmed it also in recent years. So it's very commendable, what the Queen has done, and people are glorifying this. But ultimately, good queen or bad queen, good king or bad king, good president, bad president, or prime minister or bad prime minister, whatever the ruler may be, they must come to an end at some point, isn't it? It's inevitable. So Krishna is not like that. Of course, Krishna, because he is above the material qualities, that means he will never let us down. Krishna will never let us down. There will never be a time when Krishna is not there for us. Krishna is always there for us as the ruler. He's always within our heart. He's very close. And he's also very far. But Krishna is never not there. Krishna is never not present. Although Krishna may be invisible. This is what Kunti Maharani is saying. Yet you are invisible to us. Alaksham. So what does it mean? That Krishna is very near, he's very far, and also he's invisible. Yeah, he's within everything and outside of everything. And still, even though he's everywhere, we cannot see him. So this is the thing. This is why people, they cannot accept that there's a supreme God, Krishna. Because they think if God is there, why can't I see him? Or they think that if God is everywhere, then he's also in me, I'm also God. People come up with these different conceptions. Or there is a God, but he's very far away. He's not connected with me. I'm here and I will live my life like this. So these are different conceptions, that God is only far, I am God, or that God is everywhere and let it be, So such kind of thinking does not give us an opportunity to connect with the Supreme Lord. Just like if we can use one example again of coming back to the Queen of England. It's very interesting. I was thinking like how, in one sense, the Queen, because she has been reigning for so many, decades, generations have seen her on the throne. So here in this country and also in many places of the world, there's never been known any other ruler like this, who's been ruling for so many generations. Here in England, like in the money, you will see the head of the Queen, pound sterling. On the coins, the Queen's head is there. On the banknotes, the Queen's head is there. On the post box, the Queen's symbol is there. On the telephone box, the Queen's symbol is there. On the train station, the Queen's symbol is there. Yeah, it's like the Queen is all pervading almost in this country. Her face or her symbols and her emblems everywhere. Yeah, so much pervading is the presence of the Queen in a country, isn't it? Almost like just it's there and you forget. You're giving money and you're taking money in the shop, and the Queen's presence is there on the money itself, but people are forgetting. Money is there exchanged. Yeah. Then another way, the Queen is present personally. She's not in the money only. There is a personality also, the Queen. She is a person, an individual. So that individual, people cannot approach her. She's like invisible to practically everyone. 70 years, how many people saw the Queen in the country? Very few. Few people had met the Queen. Big occasion, our Bhaktivedanta Manor, our Krishna Avanti school, the Queen had visited was her good fortune to see Shri Radha Gokulananda here, to see Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Shri Gonitai, to go to our school to see Shri Krishna Balaram there. So few people get actually opportunity to see the Queen face to face as a person. And it's such an occasion, they come and they train you. How will you receive the Queen? They will come and they will tell you, now you must bow down like this. Now you must shake the hand like this. You must not look up or down or to the side. You must look forward. You must smile. You must, you must not smile too much, not smile too less. So before the Queen comes, all of the etiquette has to be given. And what to speak of etiquette, all the arrangement has to be made. That the carpet will be red and, the Queen will walk on that only. And so many things. She will come and the car will be parked here. And, the gates must open and close at this time. Only this many people will be in the room. So many arrangements has to be made if the Queen is going to be present. So the ruler, the monarch, has a presence, a presence which is respected. Even when Sri Krishna was present on the planet, there were a few people who knew that Krishna was the Supreme Lord. Just these five Pandavas and their mother, and few more people. Few people. Out of the whole planet, God himself, Krishna, has come, descended to this world to establish religion. Yada yada dharmasya. Krishna has come to establish the religion, but very few people even knew that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Very few people could come close to Krishna. So what was that thing which can bring one close? What is it that will connect us to Krishna? So this is the thing. So who can be close to the Queen even? One who is serving the Queen. Prabhupada was explaining in his lecture even the same point. Someone who can be close to the king, that person, they have to serve. They have to be there for service. Such a person has to be there to give something to the ruler. They have to be there to give something to the king or to the queen. Then they can be close. They can be in the royal household. They are there for serving the king and the queen. Not the person who is taking. The person who is taking from the king, from the queen, such person, they are kept at distance. So this is what can also bring us close to Krishna. Service. Just like Kunti Maharani here, she's emphasizing that service mood. Now, Krishna, I don't want you to leave. You're going to leave now. So immediately, she puts herself in the mood of Krishna's servant. She addresses him as the supreme. She addresses him as the original person, one who's not affected by material qualities. She's glorifying him that you're both within the heart and also you're independent person. And you're invisible to everyone. So these are the glorifications which Kunti Maharani is offering to Krishna, because she knows that Krishna can go away. He's independent. And she knows that if her devotion is strong, if her service is pleasing to the Lord, then he will stay. So Kunti Maharani, she knew this secret. How to be close to the Supreme. In this world, we can only see the Supreme in few people, some level of supremacy. As Prabhupada writes in this purport, there is Indra, Chandra, Surya. They have some extent. They have the Ishvara. They have some Ishvara. They have some supreme potency. A little bit of that supreme potency. Or to speak of, earthly king or queen or other ruler of any state. They have a very tiny amount of this Ishvara potency. But this Krishna is a supreme Ishvara. And Kunti Maharani is interacting with him directly because of service, because she is giving service to Krishna, therefore she can become close to Krishna. So Prabhupada says, what is the use? What is the use of knowing that such and such is a great person, such and such is a great person, such and such is a great person, this king and this queen and this president and this prime minister, all these great people of the world. What is the use just knowing that God is great? What is the use? Because we have no connection. We have no appreciation. We know God is great, but we don't know how great is God. Just knowing and saying God is great, is it enough? No, but when there's service, then we realize, how great is God? God is reciprocating with me. I have a connection, I have a relationship with this supreme God. He's allowing me to have a relationship, a personal interaction, a dealing with him. And that is so sweet. That even if I am in so many calamities, so many difficulties, so many troubles and problems in my life, I don't want to let go of Krishna. Because that relationship means more to me than any kind of situation this world can put me in. So this is the essence of Kunti Maharani's prayer. And so the most wonderful thing is that we all can have that connection with Krishna. By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We can start to establish that connection again with Krishna by chanting the holy names. So then Krishna is not very far. He's not hiding in our heart. He's not invisible to us. But Krishna becomes manifest. Krishna will manifest himself in our life, in our activities. Krishna will manifest by guiding us. Yeah? Because problems may be there or may not be there. But we'll see how Krishna's hand is giving us everything we need to go back to Krishna, to go back to Godhead. Krishna is giving us in the form of realizations, as it says here. Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Gita 15:15. He says that Sarvasya chaham hridayasani vishto matasmiti jnanam apavanam cha vedaischa sarvayaham eva vedyo vedantakrit vedavit eva chaham. That Krishna is there with us in the heart, but he's manifesting himself. He'll give us the remembrance, how we'll remember him. He'll give us knowledge so that we can, navigate through all situations in life. And Krishna can even give us forgetfulness. Because we've had so many births of bad activities. Krishna will wipe all of those away. So this Sankirtan Yagya is very powerful. It can re-establish our relationship with Krishna again. Prabhupada says that Kunti Maharani, from another way, she's saying how, Krishna, you are like the supreme Brahman. You're all-pervading. Sarvamidam Kalo Brahma. But that same Brahman, who is pervading everywhere, who is outside of the universe as well, who is not connected with the universe and is also within everything in the universe, that same Brahman, Para-Brahman, he's playing in the courtyard of Mother Yashoda. From outside, he's creating the universe. Then he enters the universe and he plays in one garden of Mother Yashoda. And what he's doing in that garden of Mother Yashoda, Krishna, he is eating dirt from the floor. Then when Mother Yashoda, she becomes worried She looks in Krishna's mouth. Krishna, have you eaten dirt? No, Mata, no. And Mother Yashoda, she carefully looks, and what does she find in Krishna's mouth? No, she doesn't find dirt. She finds Dhriti. She finds the earth. She finds the planet Earth, Dhritima. Huh? She finds the universe. She sees all of the planets. Not only that, she sees the entire creation, the universe, all of the universes. And she becomes bewildered. In the mouth, I'm seeing everything. And she sees herself. Then she sees herself looking in Krishna's mouth. She becomes so bewildered. Huh? And she doesn't want any more to see this. She doesn't want it anymore. She simply wants to see Krishna as a darling child. And so when she dismisses this idea, that this bewilderment that Krishna places her under, by the power of Mahamaya, we can forget Krishna, and by the power of Yogamaya, we can remember Krishna. So she wishes to see Krishna as a child even more. Her desire is to see Krishna more and more as her son. And by seeing Krishna again as a baby, as a small child in her garden, her love increases more, her affection increases more for Krishna. So Krishna puts on this play just so that Mother Yashoda can increase her affection for him. So Prabhupada is explaining, so in another way that Krishna is outside of the universe, he also creates the universe from himself, and then he enters that universe. But not only does he enter it, but then he shows that the universe is within him again. So this is Krishna's bewildering potency. And we cannot understand. Actually, we cannot understand how Krishna can do all of this. But by serving Krishna, Krishna can reveal everything to us, just like he revealed to Mother Yashoda. Krishna can give us a connection with him, a relationship with him, by which we can love him and serve him. And this is the power of devotional service. Devotional service, bhakti, is so powerful that it can control Bhagavan. This is what Mother Yashoda, she's able to control Krishna. And similarly, Mother Kunti here, she's also trying to capture Krishna. But Krishna, in this particular pastime, he's not captured by the glorifications of Mother Kunti, Queen Kunti. No. Actually, he continues to leave. He continues to go past. Although he's accepting the respects of Queen Kunti, and he's coming to respect her also, because that is his rasa, that's his relationship with Kunti as the auntie. He pays her no heed. But when he sees Maharaj Yudhishthira, Maharaj Yudhishthira is crying that Krishna don't go, then his heart is captured. Maharaj Yudhishthira, with his broken words, he's trying to stop Krishna from departing. And this touches Krishna's heart. This controls Krishna, that I won't go anymore. Krishna decides I can stay maybe a few more days. So this is bhakti. Bhakti is so powerful. You can control the supreme controller. And this is the gift which has been given to us in Krishna consciousness. And it's so important we remind ourselves every day of this great gift. That bhakti is so powerful, it can control the supreme controller, the eternal master, who has no death, who will never leave us. Okay, so I'll finish here. And if there's any corrections or any comments or questions, I would like to hear from you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Such nice and wonderful and it's a very nice class. So I open this platform to asking the questions and suggestions. Please, devotee, unmute yourself and check and ask the questions if you have any doubts and other things. Prabhuji, before they are asking or thinking the questions, I want to think it that the Krishna, when he comes to in this earthly planet and do the pastimes with the devotee, he always doing his Maya Sakti so that nobody is supposed to be recognize him as the supreme personality of Godhead. Like Devaki, Jashoda, Nand Baba, they're hiding their Maya, the power. So in this place, in this case, the Kunti Maharani, although she knows Supreme Personality, Krishna, the Supreme Personality, but she offer her prayers, offer her obeisances and praise to Krishna. So this time there is no any Maya Shakti, so that hiding this one, Krishna's power and potency.
So there is different, from my understanding, Prabhuji, there is different gradations. Yeah, like we were discussing a few weeks back. What is that verse? Godhead is light, and the nescience is darkness, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's one verse, huh? The Maya Andakar. The darkness is Maya, Mahamaya, and the Godhead is light. So we experience in the day, very early morning, before the sunrise is dark. Nighttime, through the nighttime is dark. But gradually we see a glimpse, just a glimpse of light. Before we even see the sun, before the sun has risen, just on the surface, we see a little bit of light. And then gradually, slowly the sun manifests form, and then full effulgence is there in the day, up to when it's midday. And then again, gradually, the sun becomes distant, isn't it? So what we see in the Braj Leelas, Krishna's most confidential pastimes, is the full exhibition of the sweetness of Krishna. Krishna there is like, how do they say? Paripurna is complete manifestation of his Godhead. But then we have the Mathura Leelas. So still there's some brightness there. Just like in the morning time, the sun is still rising. The brightness is still very much there. But the full heat and the full brightness of the sun hasn't completely manifest. So the Mathura Leelas, there is some concept that Krishna is God, but there is also some concept that Krishna, he has a role to play here. And then in Dwarka, there's more. There's more that Krishna is performing a pastime here. There's more sense that he's God, there's a reverence there, and his sweetness is less. His intimacy, his closeness with his devotees is less because the bhakti is not the same as the Braj bhakti. The Dwarka bhakti, the Aishwarya bhav, is not the same as the Braj bhakti, the Madhurya bhav. So there's a little more distance created, a little more distance created. As we go away from the Braj bhakti, then we have the Mathura bhakti. We go a little away from Mathura bhakti, we have the Dwarka bhakti, and then it goes on and like that. Then there is Vaikuntha bhakti and so on. So so it's like that with trying to answer now your question, that little bit of Yoga Maya is there and a lot of Mahamaya is there. But gradually, as our bhakti increases, then more and more we are controlled by, we're taking shelter of Yogamaya and less influence from Mahamaya. One time, Giriraj Maharaj, he told Prabhupada, sometimes I'm in Krishna consciousness. So sometimes I forget Krishna. And then Prabhupada told, actually, you're always forgetting Krishna. Only sometimes you'll remember Krishna. But even that little bit of devotional service is so powerful. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, even performing a little bit of devotional service is so powerful, it can save us from the greatest fear. And what is that great fear? That we have to be born and we have to die again and again. So I hope that's okay, Prabhu. If you could share
Yes,
something.
yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. So, is there any other questions, please, all the devotees? Like Prabhuji mentioned today, the first prayer of Kunti. Then when we go further, then you could understand how Kunti is so immense and she is telling all the things, how Jatu Gruha, Lakhat Gruha, that is poisons giving, and so many things is declaring. And all the prayers is grateful to the Krishna, because when there is a Krishna, wherever there is a misery is come, then Krishna is appeared. So this is the main thing. This is for advanced devotee. So I hope, Prabhuji, there is no question. So we can conclude this session today. Please, I request all the devotee, please unmute yourself and chant Hare Krishna mantra for glorification of His Grace Sacinanda Karuna Prabhu. Please join. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Vancha kalpa tarvasya kripa sindhu jayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki, His Grace Sacinanda Karuna Prabhu ki jai.
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 Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai. Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.